50 Cent and his mother, Sabrina Jackson, have remained a sensitive topic in hip-hop for over 4 decades. Recently, King Harris, the 21-year-old son of T.I., and Tamika "Tiny" Harris recorded a video telling 50 to dig up his late mother and post a photo of her grave. And the internet hasn't stopped reacting since. To understand why King even went there, you have to trace this back to the origin of the beef and why this situation feels different once you know the full history. Behind 50's relationship with his mother, the root of this conflict isn't complicated. It goes back to a potential versus battle. T.I. revealed that he lost respect for 50 after what allegedly happened around their long-rumored matchup. In a clip from an upcoming episode of $1 Million Worth of Game shared by co-host Gilly the Kid, Tip explained that the battle was something they had already discussed privately. Versus, for those unfamiliar, was a platform where artists faced off by playing their catalogs, a cultural event that gained massive momentum during and after the pandemic. According to T.I., the battle was meant to celebrate both of their legacies. He insisted this wasn't a random call-out. They had talked about it while working together and even performing shows in Los Angeles. The understanding, Tip says, was that he would mention it publicly first and 50 would follow up. But when T.I. did bring it up, he claims 50 acted like he had no idea what he was talking about. Imagine agreeing on something privately, only for the other person to play confused once it's announced. That's the situation, Tip says, left him frustrated. From there, his tone shifted. After the battle never materialized, T.I. stated plainly that he didn't respect 50. He went even further, publicly accusing him of being a rat, one of the most serious accusations in hip-hop. Once those words were posted in comments for the world to see, the tension escalated quickly. Instead of locking in the battle, 50 responded the way he often does, not with a diss track or a heated live rant, but with trolling. Memes, jokes, and social media jabs became his weapon of choice. That's classic 50. But one particular post changed the trajectory of this feud. When he shared an unflattering photo of Tiny Harris alongside a caption warning T.I. to keep his name out of his mouth, the conflict moved beyond rap rivalry into something personal. That image shifted the energy entirely, because once family gets pulled in, it stops being just about music. It becomes about loyalty and respect, and that's when King Harris stepped into the mix. In any clash between men, bringing a romantic partner into the argument is usually seen as crossing the lowest line. Yet 50 Cent did exactly that, and now he's facing backlash from the 21-year-old son of T.I. and Tiny. On Sunday, February 22, the rising artist jumped onto Instagram stories with a profanity-filled rant after the 50-year-old mogul shared an unflattering image of Tiny as his online feud with T.I. intensified. King isn't just some bystander inserting himself into drama. He's the oldest of the 3 children T.I. and Tiny share, alongside Major Philant, 17, and heiress Diana Harris, 9. As their firstborn, he's been in the spotlight since childhood, growing up through the family's reality TV presence while steadily building his own path in rap. And he's made it clear, more than once, that when it comes to family, he doesn't play. So when 50 uploaded that photo of Tiny, King reacted immediately. 50 captioned the post, "I keep saying, keep my name out your mouth." King fired back in the comments, warning he was ready for things to get messy while questioning where 50's mother was. That was the opening shot, a direct hit aimed at 50 in the public comment section before King escalated things on his stories. Over the weekend, he blasted 50 for trolling his mother, responding by invoking 50's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, in a lengthy video rant. That's when the situation turned deeply personal. Filming from what looked like inside a car, King didn't hold back, referencing Sabrina, who passed in 1983, and urging 50 to post a photo of her while insisting Tiny should have been left out of the back and forth. He questioned how 50 and others were raised, repeating that he would never move like that when it came to his own mother. The rant stretched on, building in intensity, until King said something that sent shockwaves online. He told 50 to dig up his mother and post a picture repeating the demand while also telling him to visit her grave with flowers. At the same time, he defended Tiny as a legend, pointing to her work with Xscape and her Grammy Award success. But he didn't stop there. King later posted an image of a headstone on his Instagram story, asking, "This where your mama at?" followed by another showing Sabrina Jackson's name, alongside explicit insults and the same demand. This wasn't symbolic. It was a real grave, a real headstone tied to a real woman, shared publicly for millions to see. He also uploaded footage of 50 in court tied to allegations from a past concert incident, plus an image of one of 50's sons sitting on his lap. So King didn't just mention 50's mother. He tracked down and shared an actual gravesite image and paired it with court visuals, taking things to an entirely different level. For many watching, that was the breaking point. Yes, 50 lit the match by trolling Tiny with that photo. But the question quickly became whether King had gone too far. Posting an unflattering image of someone alive isn't the same as invoking a deceased parent in that way. And that distinction is what made the moment feel heavier. To understand why King's words hit so hard, you have to understand who Sabrina Jackson was and what her loss meant to 50. This wasn't just talk about a deceased parent, it was rooted in real pain. Born Curtis Jackson on July 6, 1975, 50 was raised by his teenage mother in a drug-affected area of Queens, New York. Sabrina was just 15 when she had him, raising him alone in South Jamaica, an environment that was anything but easy. This was the peak of the crack epidemic, and Sabrina was right in the middle of it. As a young mother, she had to provide for her son on her own, and she was fiercely proud, refusing to beg or rely on handouts. In an interview with Spin, 50 Cent recalled that his mother didn't see welfare or a minimum wage job as options. She did what she believed was necessary to take care of him, and that tells you everything about who Sabrina was. She wasn't just surviving, she was mastering her environment. On Old South Road in South Jamaica, Queens, she sold controlled substances and became a known, feared figure in her neighborhood. Very few women operated at that level, and Sabrina wasn't a casual participant. She commanded respect, status, and influence. Cent told The Guardian that the first signs of wealth he saw, Cadillacs, jewelry, lifestyles that symbolized freedom, all came from his mother's world. That blueprint shaped him early on, showing a young boy without a father what ambition and survival looked like. But Sabrina was more than a provider. She was both mom and dad, the disciplinarian and the nurturer. 50 said she taught him to toughen, up to stop crying, and that guidance molded the man he became. Then, in 1983, everything changed. Sabrina Jackson's death was ruled a suspected homicide. Authorities believe she was drugged and left unconscious before her apartment was set on fire. She did not die naturally nor in an accident. 50 recalled, "Someone put something in her drink and turned the gas on." The trauma of that loss haunted him. Every time something went wrong, he thought, "If my mother were here, it wouldn't be like this." Her killer was never found. No arrests were made. And to this day, the case remains unsolved. Cent was just 8 years old, and the impact was monumental. Over the years, he's built a public persona of toughness, the unbothered troll, who rarely shows emotion. But when it comes to his mother, that armor cracks. Speaking to The Big Issue, he said, "Shock is the best way to describe how I felt when my mother died. I didn't understand it. When you have a single parent as your guardian, they're your whole life. Losing them leaves you with nothing." For 50, that loss shaped everything: his mindset, his resilience, and the foundation of the man he became. At first, 50 Cent was in total denial. He told Oprah Winfrey that he struggled to grasp what his grandmother meant when she said, "She's not coming back." For a while, he convinced himself that his mother was still there. At 8 years old, death wasn't something he could fully understand. The permanence didn't register. His grandmother would repeat, "She's not coming back," and he would insist, "Yeah, she is." That's a child in shock, unable to process a world turned upside down. In a later interview with Larry King, 50 admitted, "I don't think I really dealt with it in the early stages. I lost my mom when I was 8, so I didn't really understand at that point." And he never really dealt with it the right way. No therapy, no processing. Instead, he went to the streets. After her death, Curtis went to live with his grandparents, but the loss of his mother forever altered his path. By age 12, he was already selling drugs, carrying guns and hustling, mirroring the life his mother had lived. His grandmother, Beulah Jackson, stepped in, legally adopted him, and raised him as her own. But even in her house, there were struggles. 50 recalled tension with his Aunt Sylvie, resentment from some of his mother's siblings, and moments where he felt unwanted. The only person who made him feel safe and seen was his grandmother. So when people bring up 50 Cent's mother, they aren't just mentioning a name. They're bringing up his entire childhood, the murder that shaped his existence, the single worst thing that ever happened to him. 50 has openly shared that. He still carries this loss, and he built PowerBook 3, raising Canaan around his experiences. He once said about his mother, "There's a point where the people I got bumped around by in the park scared me less than my mom because I couldn't escape her. She was everything." And someone stole that from him at age 8. That's why King Harris, hitting 50 Cent on his mother, struck so hard. King told 50 to dig up Sabrina Jackson, shared a photo of her tombstone, and even told him to put flowers on her grave. This wasn't a diss, it was reaching the rawest nerve 50 has. Clips of 50 breaking down about his mother resurfaced online. Interviews with Oprah, conversations with Larry King, moments of grief he never fully processed. People watched them side by side with King Harris's rant, and the impact was undeniable. So, how did the king of trolling respond? On February 22nd, 50 posted a Pepe the Frog meme to Instagram. No direct response, no rant, just a single caption, LOL. That 3-letter reply was a masterclass in denying satisfaction. Fans speculated immediately, but 50 didn't engage further. He didn't give King the reaction he wanted. Later, he doubled down, posting a frog-faced photo captioned LOL and a clip of 2 streamers roasting Tiny's looks. Then he shared another video of podcasters mocking Tiny and King with lines comparing Tiny to WWE's hacksaw Jim Duggan. The feud escalated further. T.I. dropped a diss track calling 50 a snitch and a keyboard warrior who's tough online but not in real life, even claiming he had prison paperwork that tied 50's name to real-life events, nuclear-level allegations. The Harris family went all in. King went personal, T.I. went musical, and 50 stuck to his signature trolling. At the heart of it all, though, is a man whose mother was taken from him too soon, a wound that memes, rants, and diss tracks can never erase. Here's what makes this whole situation so intense. 50 Cent lost his mother to murder when he was just 8 years old. He has spoken publicly about how that loss shaped him, even crying about it in interviews. He's built entire TV shows around that experience. No matter how many memes he posts, no matter how much trolling he does, that wound never healed, and he has admitted it himself. When King Harris told 50 to dig up Sabrina Jackson, he struck at the one thing 50 can't ever joke about. And 50's response with a simple "lol" doesn't mean it didn't sting. It means he did what his mother taught him. Get up, brush it off, keep moving. As a boy in their Queens apartment, she would tell him, "Get up. What you over there crying for?" That's exactly what he did. He posted a frog meme, captioned it LOL, and kept going. But the internet isn't going to forget this, and neither is 50. This back and forth has sparked a fresh feud between 50 and T.I.'s son, King Harris, following 50's controversial post of T.I.'s wife. This is 50's second high-profile run-in with a rapper's child after his 2026 clash with Diddy's son, Christian Combs. Now, the kids are hitting back in ways that cut straight to the bone. This isn't just about verse, and it's not just Instagram trolling. It's about legacy, family, and the boundaries that shouldn't be crossed. For now, the feud exists in fragments, posts, previews, and reactions. Like many long-running hip-hop rivalries, it's less about resolution and more about endurance. 50 kicked it off with a tiny post. King went for the most personal target he could think of. T.I. is dropping diss tracks. King is posting tombstones. 50 is posting frogs. But behind all the memes, rants, and music, there's the reality. A man who lost his mother at 8 and never got justice. And that is the part of this story that hits differently. Beef ends, diss tracks fade, Instagram posts disappear. But the loss of a mother is forever, and 50 Cent knows that better than anyone.